Live. Hello, good evening. I don't know if you're actually able to witness my participation. I do apologize to you all because what?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. No, this is my notepad.
It's advertising
I,
Ariel.
I'm not meaning to advertise Ariel, but I wrote on the back of one of their packets. So at least it's a bit of fun. The people next to me have other things written on the back. We're not very good with technology in this household, as you probably gathered. We're rather stupid, in fact. I do apologize. David is a lovely gentleman. He does try hard and he does try and help, and he's doing a very good job, better than I am. But I've absolutely no idea how we happen to be in this situation. But there we go. So, good evening to you all. Hello. So, I think we should begin by talking about. Oh, now I've got to work out how to make my computer screen smaller, because now it's going to get more confusing. Right. So, I think, well, we'll have to begin with the first thing that comes up on my computer screen, the Crooked House pub. Now, isn't it absolutely upsetting that the Crooked House pub continues to remain newsworthy? Because it now seems that people have been stealing the bricks. Now, I don't know how many of you know about the Crooked House pub. You all seem to say it's been hot all day. It's really warm in West Wales. Well, it was very warm at the Crooked House pub when it went up in flames. Let's be honest, the Crooked House pub was a bit like the yacht as well that we talked about yesterday. These things went up and boom, 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 and it was a bit like having a good old barbecue. We like barbecues down here in Broadstairs. Yes, Rue says the bricks are up for sale. Well, it's absolutely disgraceful that they're selling the bricks at £50 a brick. So these crooked bricks are all being sold. So how on earth could they ever rebuild the Crooked pub?
Emergency. Be back in 10 minutes.
Oh, well, David has to run away for his emergency. I don't think he'll.
I'll be back in 20 minutes.
Yes.
20 minutes. It's advanced.
Yes. Well, anyway, the Crooked pub, the theft of the bricks. So I believe there were 25,000 bricks destroyed. So that would make it worth 1.25 million. Now, these nasty people are stealing the bricks. And this lovely old pub, this is the 25,000 bricks that were saved. So there were many more that were not saved, obviously. So how on earth can the Crooked House be rebuilt brick by brick as the local community are demanding? This is an utterly shameful situation. Paulie says reclaimed bricks are worth a lot of money on the secondary market. Yes, but we're talking about the Crooked House pub, and it's Britain's wonkiest pub. It's fascinated tourists, it's fascinated locals alike since the 18th century. It was constructed in 1765. It was a Black Country landmark. We have to do something to save the Crooked House pub. It was an optical illusion, the bar there, you know, if you put a marble on the bar, it rolled up the bar. Complete nonsense, but people enjoyed having this. And these nasty little couple that bought it, they did have another pub, and that seemed to be destroyed as well. And we've had 2 pubs in London destroyed in recent weeks as well, in the same vicinity. This is not correct. We should not be allowing all these wonderful pubs to be destroyed, destroying our heritage. Us old drinkers, us old, oh gosh, we've got Nav in the house. Oh dear. And you can say oi oi Nav as much as you want, but Nav, why don't you show up and man up and grow up and turn up? You know, Why don't you do something to help save the crooked pub instead of making oi-ois at me? Anyway, we all want our heritage saved, don't we, Jean?
We do.
Yes, we don't like the disgusting treatment of the Crooked House pub. They knocked down the cavern in Liverpool and rebuilt it with one for the tourists, says Paulie. Yes, absolutely appalling.
Another insurance scam.
Another insurance scam, says Jono here in the background. And this is utterly wrong in the way that the Crooked House pub has been abused by these appalling people who are doing what's called brick burglaries. And this woman said, just left the site, had to pop in whilst doing collections. Brilliant to see some bricks.
Well, did she next time?
Yeah, stealing bricks. Can you imagine going to steal the bricks from the Crooked pub? What a terrible, nasty thing to do. And then there are these two boys who have this place in Suffolk. They have the Crooked House, as it is called. Now, I hope no one goes stealing their house. You know, these two gay gentlemen who lived together and they got married and they met during the lockdown and they have this Crooked House. And, you know, their little house, and I hope everyone leaves that alone. And, you know, good for them for preserving an old thing. Oh, Nav says he will be coming to see me soon. Well, I don't know when. You haven't been in a long while. We love your channel. Oh, thank you, Nav. Very kind of you to say. Is Finn in the house tonight? No, we don't have Finn. We have Jono. We had David, but he's had to go off on a little mission. Anyway, the pub mysteriously went up in flames. But anyway, we shall move on to my book recommendation of the day. Now, it's also a television program, a recommendation. So I recommend to all of you, I think we've done enough about the Crooked House, Lovejoy. Now, I don't know how many of you remember Lovejoy, a program about antiques. So this connects to the Crooked House because Lovejoy would never have tolerated people pulling down the Crooked House. Ian McShane. And the Lovejoy books were originally written by someone called Jonathan Cash. And it was all about antiques and characters. Jane Asher was in it. Well, she probably was in an episode, but she wasn't the main character. Tinker was in it, who was a lovely person. I forget his real name, but I did know him from the Chelsea Arts Club. Wonderful gentleman. Yes, you're only interested in Anne Robinson's Weakest Link book. No. You should be interested in Lovejoy because Lovejoy is a wonderful story. I also like Pie in the Sky, which was about a man who ran a restaurant, who was a big fat police detective who also happened to run a restaurant. And I think here is quite right. Tinker was called Dudley Sutton in real life. I did write a lot about Dudley. Dudley was a great person. He didn't drink at the end, but he was great fun. Anyway, you don't want the quiz, says Kevin. Well, you may be disappointed, Kevin, because I think most people here do want our quiz. Type 1 in the box if you would like our quiz. Type 2 in the box if you don't want our quiz. Right. Let's see if you want. One. The first one. 1. Oh dear, you all want a quiz. Oh, only Marcia Toms doesn't want the quiz, and Tina De Silva. And no, the winner is we obviously have to have a quiz because the negativity people are just negative.
It's boring.
Well, you like Richard Griffiths, so we will come to our quiz later on. But there we are. 1 + 1 million for the quiz. The Culture Club. I don't know about that. You prefer me speaking, says Susie Ashenden. Well, there we are. I don't know. I can speak and I can also be a quiz. You're a great quiz master. Oh, that's nice of you to say. A dark green necked duck. Okay. I don't know what that means. Right. So anyway, we shall move on to some of the topics of the day. Let's talk about those. So we've dealt with the old pub. I don't think I can say much more about the old pub. Now, there is this MP, Chris Pincher. Now, have you seen Chris Pincher's portrait? Mr. Pincher is a scary-looking man. His parliamentary portrait makes him look like somebody you wouldn't trust with a used bus ticket, let alone somebody you would trust near a second-hand cup of coffee, let alone a used car. This individual, Pincher, was found guilty of drunkenly groping 2 men at the Carlton Club, St. James's. And the Conservative Party have done nothing to get rid of him. But now it looks likely in Tamworth there will be a by-election to get rid of this revolting man. Now, Rishi Sunak, what is wrong with you? Are you a moron? Are you the village idiot? Were you born in a barn? This individual has admitted an abuse of power. He drunkenly groped 2 men at the Carlton Club. He is a bottom pincher, as Sticky Toffee says. He can now be confirmed to be a bottom pincher. He appealed the suspension, but not the findings. So he admits to being a bottom pincher. This is a man who went around groping people's bottoms when he was called Mr. Pincher. It's a very unfortunate state of affairs to have this man who says he was off duty. Sorry, if you're an MP, you're an MP. You don't cease to be an MP at any point until you cease to be an MP. So that is an erroneous load of rubbish for a start. The IEP, Independent Expert Panel, as it's called, dismissed his claims as misconceived or erroneous. So they agree that his 8 weeks suspension was proportionate. So therefore, there has to be a by-election. He is a very strange man, as you say, Sarah J. Very strange.
Should put him on the Bibby's top.
Pincher was at the Carlton Club that night to speak as a member of the government at an event hosted by the Conservative Friends of Cyprus. He re-entered the Carlton Club in the hope that he could rejoin the same event or at least interact with the attendees, including other MPs, parliamentary staff and civil servants. It was naive and unrealistic that he believed that he could get away with what he did. He thought he never acted with impunity. Well, he resigned from the government. This creepy man should be sent to Siberia. His majority in 2019 was 20,000 votes. Well, let's see how many votes he's got this time. It is jolly well time him and Nadine Dorries were brought to account. These 2 pieces of Tory scum would never have been allowed to exist during Margaret Thatcher's tenure as Prime Minister. Margaret would never have tolerated such swines, as Sarah Pearce calls them. They are swines. They are the pigs and they are the detritus of society. Absolutely appalling to have people like this. The Conservative Party used to be a party of decency. It definitely isn't with these 2. Pincher and Doris. Bring on the by-elections, I say. Unfortunately, the Conservatives will lose for them, but it's about time. It's about time they were taught a lesson. They should not continue to allow people like this, lowbrow nobodies, to represent a party that was once great. Have I gone fuzzy? I don't believe I've gone fuzzy. I'm still here. Can you hear me? Can you see me? No, says Jamie. No, I'm still present. Nikki Darkville, I'm still here. The person who is sending silly messages, you are going to be blocked. Bye-bye. Silly people will not be allowed to continue. So there we go. Anyway, we've talked about that. Now we'll move on to the next topic, the Burning Man. Now, I got my notes on the Burning Man. Oh, actually, no, we'll go on to a different topic. Over 100,000 properties in the UK held by foreign shell companies are still unknown despite our new laws. So basically, half the Russians that have dodgy properties in Britain are able to hide their ownership of these properties. Now, there is something wrong with that. These people don't pay any council tax. They don't pay any form of tax. The true owners are not even known. This has been confirmed by the London School of Economics, the University of Warwick, the Centre for Public Data. So we don't even know so basically our government said we were going to sanction all these crooked people from abroad, these rich oligarchs. We haven't sanctioned any of them. The only person we ever bothered to sanction was one little boat that was worth 5 million quid. Well, 5 million quid sounds like a lot of money for a boat. I can tell you, if you're going to buy a boat, the people I know who buy boats, they're like 75 million pounds. They're not 1 million pounds. 5 million quid for a boat is not a very significant amount. So we have now got all of these legal loopholes being used by these people. And they are not declaring who owns these properties. This is absolutely scandalous. And this country allows this to carry on. Why can't we freeze these people's assets? Why does this country do nothing? Why do we ignore them? Probably because many of them are donors to the Tory party. Let's be honest. Many of them have given money to the Tory party, and it is coming out increasingly that there have been donations made. Now, where is this money? Why are these people being allowed to get away with this? One boat seized worth £5 million. What is this country? A joke? We all know that there are, the program McMafia. Watch that. Great program. Enjoy it very much. I enjoyed the book more, which was actually not really about that. It was more about the real story. But the drama version for the BBC was fantastic as a drama. Watch that. These people have got away with it for too long. These criminals should have their assets frozen. These are the people that should be put on the Bibby Stockholm. Yes, put them all on the Bibby Stockholm. Let's throw them on board. Oh, you say I'm a lefty. Okay, fair enough. I'm a lefty because I want to put communists on a boat. Are you deranged? Were you born in a barn? Were you born in a ditch? Were you born on the floor? Were you born in a... You're absolutely mad. You're completely deranged. So please don't come at me with nonsense like that. Absolutely stupid. No, These people have had it for too good for too long. They haven't paid any tax in this country. This country should not have to put up with these crooked foreign people who were Putin's assets, and we should tax the hell out of them, and we should take their assets off them because they did not legally live in this country and they did not pay taxes, and it is jolly well time that these people were brought to account. So bog off. Absolute rubbish. I've never heard such nonsense as the rubbish coming out of you. There we go. No, I will stand up to people who talk rubbish. Seriously, absolute rubbish. Yes, number 10. Well, under Boris Johnson, we have had, look at Tortoise Media. They've done a fantastic job in exposing the story of how Boris Johnson ennobled a person called Lebedev. And Lord Lebedev, as he now is Lord Lebedev of the Russian Federation. Now, Lord Lebedev would say he's done nothing wrong, but why did Boris Johnson lose his security detail to go and visit Lord Lebedev in Italy? He lost his entire security detail. This is the actions of somebody who is doing something very strange. Why did Boris Johnson go off on holiday to Scotland in a tent, and then it just happened that there was one of these Russian oligarchs' yachts just off the coast? Boris Johnson has proven himself again and again to be an unacceptable face of the most appalling actions. I'm not going to say the word I want to say because it would be libelous, but I think you all know what I mean. Yes, and Nikki sums it up perfectly, but I'm not going to say the word, but I could go further. Boris's sister is also an appalling person. Boris's sister is a woman who said, "Can't you feel a bat squeak of sympathy for Ghislaine?" Ghislaine is a sex offender and a convicted sex offender. This is the problem with the Johnson family. I used to be involved in a charity which had Boris Johnson's father on the board of it. He's no longer on the board of it because it was revealed that Boris Johnson's father had beaten his former wife, beaten her. This is a family that is not a pleasant family. They are not people to salute. They are not people to celebrate. I'm disgusted by them. And I will continue to call out people who are bad. And the Johnson family are not good people overall. There are good people in the Johnson family. This is where I differ from other people. There is a young lady who was a musician, and I met her, and she's little known. She's actually very pleasant. There was his brother, Joe, who was an MP. I don't think he comes across that badly. But the rest of them, especially the sister, who is an apologist for the paedophile, sex trafficking monster, Ghislaine Maxwell. How dare she, Rachel Johnson? She's disgusting. She makes me feel sick. She makes me feel sick to my stomach. She's one of the most repugnant people on the planet, in my view. How dare she write articles saying you have to feel pity for Ghislaine Maxwell? What about feeling pity for Ghislaine Maxwell's victims, you revolting woman? You make me so angry that I want to vomit. I'm very angry with you. And as for you, Boris Johnson, I put up with you when you worked for Ken Clark, and I saw how obnoxious you were. I never liked you. I thought you were very intelligent, but I never actually liked you as a person, and you are just somebody who did nothing good for this country. You have shamed our country, and all you have done is brought embarrassment upon us, and you don't even know how many children you have. It's utterly shameful. You're a disgrace. And as for you, Stanley, I hope never to meet you ever again. You're just a ridiculous person, and I don't like any of you, but I think that this country could do so much better, and it's time that we had wonderful people. We used to have wonderful politicians in our country like Ken Clark, Michael Heseltine, Margaret Thatcher, good people, from different backgrounds. Many of you would hate Tony Blair. I'd rather have Tony Blair than this lot. I really would. I'm not specifically politically affiliated. There are good people in all sorts. Anna Soubry, wonderful lady. The wonderful Rory Stewart. I support all sorts of different people, but I do not support bad people. And these are bad people, and they must be exposed. So we'll move along. Boris is a serial cheat, says Nikki. I totally agree. William Park, I like Ken Clark. He's very smart. I used to work for him. He was a wonderful man. Absolutely wonderful. Don't hold back, Matthew. Well, I won't. You like Rory Stewart? Yes, very bright. Absolutely spot on. He ought to have become the Mayor of London. It would have been wonderful. So much better than this Sadiq Khan. Now, he's another piece of toe rag. Don't you even get me going on him. Do I support Prince Andrew? Well, we're going to move along then. Right, we'll move on to a new topic. Prince Andrew. Right, well, today there have been nasty allegations made about Prince Andrew. Now, I don't like Prince Andrew. I detest Prince Andrew, in fact. I think Prince Andrew is a rotten piece of toe rag. He is a vile, evil, rubbish person. He has got nothing redeeming about him. But in the last 24 hours, people have made false allegations against Prince Andrew. And I will say now, as somebody who dislikes and detests Prince Andrew, that these false allegations are shocking and wrong. These allegations just should be ignored, and I'm not going to humour them by talking about them any further than to say that, everybody who's writing to me going, oh, well, he's obviously done this. He obviously hasn't, because it's clearly untrue. And you don't help the allegations concerning people who actually are victims of genuine abuse by lots of other people by spreading lies about false stories like this. So please stop spreading the false stories, because it doesn't do any good to the real victims of the abuse by the people connected with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell is ultimately the chief of the municipality, and whatever you may say, Ghislaine is the most evil little witch on the entire planet, and I will never shut up and stop saying she was in charge and Jeffrey Epstein was the functionary. Now, you people can get as carried away as you want with your silly stories, but seriously, the truth of the matter is this story about Prince Andrew is utter nonsense. It is totally untrue. It is easily proven to be untrue, and the Nigerian person making the allegation is clearly a money-grabbing piece of rubbish. So please don't go along with these stupid stories, because it actually doesn't help the victims. Please support the real victims. Please help the real victims get real justice. And the only way to get real justice is to tell the real story, not stupid, fake stories. So please, let's move on from all of that. And please stop sending me this junk, because I will continue to call it junk. So if you send it to me again, I'll just call you out for what you are, whoever you are, because you're talking moronic rubbish. Just because I don't like Prince Andrew, it doesn't mean that this story is true. There is no way that the story you're trying to spread is true, because it's fake. It's fake news. It's false, because it cannot have happened. Prince Andrew has not visited a war zone in the last year. So he cannot have done the evil, vile things that you're saying he's done when you're all coming out with this. Please stop. Thank you. I won't go any further on that. So well said. Yes. Thank you. Well, that's enough. That's enough of that. Right. Now on to the next topic. What's our next topic? I've now lost my piece of paper. Oh, here it is. Right. Right. We've done Prince Andrew. We've done the Crooked House. We've done the shell companies. We've done Chris Pincher. We have to move on to the Burning Man. Now, how many of you have been to the Burning Man? Have you ever been there? I've been invited to the Burning Man, but I've never been to the Burning Man. Many of my friends do go to the Burning Man, or have been in the past, but the Burning Man has ended up with one person left dead, tens of thousands of people stuck in Black Rock City, Nevada, in the desert. It's a bit of a disaster area, let's be honest. But they're all rich, they're all stupid, and it's not ended well. It's a bit like the Fire Festival. I don't know how many of you watched the program. It's not a pub. The Burning Man, it could be a name for we've got the Crooked House, we could have the Burning Man. Full of rich hippies, says Paulie. Yes, I think that's about sums it up. But it's not like Glastonbury. June. Here's June. Now, June and I are going to be making a program together in the next few days. So, June, when are you coming to make the program, June? We need June to tell me. Right. Anyway, moving back to the Burning Man. The Burning Man is sort of an event where all these people, 70,000 of them, turn up and they hang around in the mud, basically. And it's not worked out rather well for any of them. But the extreme weather has meant that they're all stranded. The nearest airport is in Reno, 120 miles away, so they can't accommodate them. So all these rich people are stuck in the middle of the desert. It's not worked out very well at all.
It's in the Libby Stockholm, I think.
John O'Hare thinks we should send in the Bibby Stockholm. June says hello to everyone. Well, hello to June. But this thing, the Burning Man, is a disaster area. It is a place where they are burning things in a stupid way. They're causing damage to the climate. They're absolute morons for a start. They shouldn't be burning things at all. And one of them's died. The Wi-Fi's gone wrong. The lavatories don't work. It's just like this fire festival. I don't know if any of you watched the fire festival, and he's about to do another fire festival. Is that Billy McFarland, who is another village idiot? Why do these stupid rich people believe in this nonsense? They're called burners. If you go to the this festival, you are a burner. Um, it's completely insane. I know people who've been to it. I've been invited to it, but I've never been. It's just totally. It sounds like total derangedness. I would rather go and stay in the Ritz Paris or anywhere else. I don't want to go and stay in a hobbit hole in a field. Would you be deranged? And I'd rather go to the Wicker Man. Yes, as somebody said, Wicker Man is probably, and that's a nasty thing. Also, the idea of that. But seriously,
Premier Inn.
Jono would rather stay in the Premier Inn. It is very expensive. Once you get there, you have to buy everything there. You have no option to other than buy through them. It's a very stupid idea. Absolutely stupid. Jenna knew a burner, and once they were too pretentious. Jamie would rather go to bonfire night. Well, so would I. Harriet would rather go to a harvester. I don't think I would like to go to a harvester, and I definitely wouldn't want to go to a Weatherspoons, but June would like to do Thursday. Well, we may be having the first June and I on, I don't know what we're going to call it, but June and I could be on Thursday. So there we go. So you look out for notifications about that. You weren't really there, says somebody else. Well, you've got a terrible name, so I won't be quoting it.
Maureen.
It wasn't Maureen, no. Naughty Jono is being naughty. Burning Man is not a Wicker Man, says Kevin. Busted would like a sparkler and a large gin.
Yes, we'd like large gins.
Well, we'd like more gin sent to us. Instead of Burning Men, could I have some more gin, please? Please send more gin to the magnet. That would be lovely. The more gin, the merrier. One gentleman was going to send the Houses of Parliament gin or something. There we go. Gin and lemonade. Well, I'd rather just have the gin. I don't think gin needs lemonade. Gin and cheese, no. I'd rather just have the gin. The Wirral gin is on its way for Christmas.
Oh, well, we can't wait that long.
Well, it's September. That's a little bit late. Irish gunpowder gin will be with you soon, says Busted. Oh, well, I don't know. Does that explode? Am I going on tour? Well, I am in conversation with the person that wishes to go on tour, but as I've said to them, it's all about the money. I'm not going to be going on tour for nothing, because if I'm going to go all over the UK, I do need to be paid for doing it. I can't be expected to go somewhere for nothing. And I have made it rather clear to the person that wishes to organise this, instead of talking in riddles, one has to be rewarded with some kind of revenue, because that is just utterly ridiculous. I cannot be expected to go somewhere for nothing. No, the private post office is not in Taplow, no. Please come to Wales. Well, I'd love to go back to Wales. I like Wales, very nice place. Nigel Farage's gin. I will not be sampling it. It's no interest to me. Farage as in garage is not worthy of my attention. We'll get you some Somerset gin. Oh, well, that would be nice.
That would be very well.
Somerset gin would be welcome, Claire. And we hope that your cottage has been sold. I don't know what else I can do to help you with your cottage, but we do hope that people would show an interest in buying Claire's cottage, because it looks like a beautiful cottage in Somerset. We have not decided about this tour. You'd like me to come to the Wirral. Well, I don't know where we would go in the Wirral. The Royal Albion is posher than the Magnet. Well, no, the Royal Albion in Broadstairs is a dump.
It's a
I stayed
hotel.
there. It's a horrible hotel, and it's absolutely lowbrow. We love the Magnet. The Magnet, run by Nikki and Will, is the most delightful place. Whereas that is a place that is a corporate non-entity, and it's utterly boring. And it is not the kind of place. I did stay there before I came to live here, and I will never send anyone there again because they served fish fingers that were still frozen when they served us to them, and then they didn't even want to take them off the bill. Absolutely shocking place. Don't want to ever go there again. I like the lovely independent places of Broadstairs, especially the Little Sicilian and the wonderful Kebbles and those kind of places, and the wonderful Magnet. And my friend next to me will agree. We like the lovely independent places of the locality, not that kind of place. So no, we won't be going there ever again. I should have asked for cooked ones. Well, we did ask for a fish finger sandwich. We don't. Why should we have to ask for it to be cooked? It's up for them how they serve it, and they should serve it correctly. So you're talking in Barry Bull terms, and you're absolutely ridiculous. So, are you the village idiot? Were you born in a barn? Were you an absolute moron? Please do keep up, sir. You're an absolute fool. You went to see the Ghislaine Mermaid. It was a terrible sight. You saw it today, says Taplow. Taplow, we'd like to see a photograph of you with it. If you could please
Just
take a
proof.
photograph just as proof, because we don't. Why didn't you come and say hello to us, Taplow? Because we have been in the vicinity. Anyway, come to the Isle of Wight. Okay, we might. Anyway, we're now at 42 minutes, and David has returned. So, Breda says I'm very funny. Phase 28 wants a venue of 50 to 100. Well, I believe it'll be more than 50 to 100 when I'm attending, because I think there's lots of people who want to attend according to this party planner. Anyway, we'll see. Why I moved from London to Broadstairs? Well, I live in both. I go back and forth, but there we are. The Crown in Belfast. Well, I've never been to Belfast. David's in the house.
Yep, I am.
David's back in the house, so we're going to have a quiz for the sake of it. I know some of you don't like it. Oh no, David's now turning on his phone with noise. How are we going to do our quiz?
Like we did the other day.
Right, so which one of you is making notes?
You need the book.
Oh, the book.
The book over there.
Well, I need.
Oh, the weakest.
Oh,
Oh, it's all gone pear
Oh.
shaped.
Guess I'm the weakest link.
Yes.
David has already proven himself the weakest link by knocking all over.
You need to ask the questions.
I need to.
Keep the scores. Scores
Right.
on the doors.
I think I need more booze first.
Uh,
Don't worry about that, David. Leave that for
the
now.
bookshelf's collapsed.
David's knocked over the books. David, just leave the books and get more booze.
All right.
Right, I'll choose a random page. It's all going Pete Tong. No, it's no. You say it's going wrong. No. Love to see you happy with your mates. There we are. Right, come on, David. Pour some wine.
Yep.
What am I drinking? Wine today.
No,
We need more gin.
See?
Quiz, please. Hurry up, says Wendy Palmer.
No, Windy.
Wendy.
Wendy. Oh, I thought it said Windy.
Isnekia says hello, David.
Hi, Nikki.
Isenkia.
Oh, she's
How's
back
Nick
again.
here?
She's always winning.
She's the winner.
She's always winning. And that other one, Pebble Dash.
Everyone knows she's Wendy.
Which
Oh dear, you're being very cruel, some of you. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy then. I didn't take part one night, says Nekia.
Yes,
I don't know how to pronounce your name, Nekia. It's very right. Jim Bowen was from the Wirral. Well, actually, he lived in Carnforth, Lancashire. That's where he bought a property. He was one of our neighbours, so I did know him very well. And he was a school teacher in Lancashire. So there we go. The Elgin marbles. What's that got to do with it? We didn't even get on to Holly Dolly, but there we go. Right.
Nekia was in the last quiz. Yeah.
Right. Now, who's going to be taking the notes?
Don't know.
What's David doing?
Okay, then I will do it.
David must do the notes.
And then I'll do. Give me.
There you are. There's your notes.
Because David's
I
going.
was keeping score.
You're going to
I've
speak.
lost my
You're
pen
going.
now.
You've got to speak up.
Right. I'm on the scores. On the boards.
Right. Right. Question.
Some
Right. We're
questions.
going to start a quiz now. We've all got a bit more wine in this house, thankfully.
It's Monday.
It's Monday night,
Monday.
so we have to.
It's Monday.
It's
but
Pebbles playing. They're all worried about Pebble Dasher.
Oh, Pebble Dasher is a dark horse, but we'll keep a lid on it.
Are you there, Pebble Dasher? If you're there, Pebble Dasher, come out. Let's be having you. Let's just prove that you exist, Pebble Dasher. Are you there? Let's be having you.
And Paulie, Richard, who sent us the
Um,
is he playing? Or she playing? I don't know who it is. He, she.
Pebble Dasher doesn't seem to be speaking up.
Okay, so it's
So Lasher's coming, waiting for the moment.
I'm the somebody or other is saying I'm not playing. I now have the book.
Oh well.
Well, we won't be counting you. You're a cheat. Jono says you're a cheat. I can't say your name because your name's offensive also. So we,
Token Spirit is there. That's
Right.
another-
right. Oh, a cheat in the house. Token Spirit. Yes. Well, when Pebble is not here, so you're all in with a chance. Pebble says he lives in our bin. Well, I emptied the bin this morning, so he can't possibly be there. Now Pebble's not here. There's hope for the rest of us, says Harriet Bianca or Blanca. Right, here goes. Question number 1. Are you ready? There is no constellation prize. Question number 1.
Yeah,
Was Bram Stoker's Dracula published in 1697 or 1897? A very easy question.
1 or 2.
The first person to get it correct was Simon Coates, 1897.
There as well.
Of course, it could not be 1697. That is the most stupid thing you could imagine. It would not be possible. Question number 2. I Don't Know How to Love Him is a song from which Andrew Lloyd Webber musical? And it was not My Heart Will Go On, and it was not I Drove All Night, and it wasn't I'd Do It For You. You know, that was Celine Dion. And it wasn't Cats.
Evita?
Nearly time to look it up.
The correct answer first came from Rhea Shakespeare.
Rhea Shakespeare. Oh.
Jesus Christ Superstar. It was not
It's not
Cats.
Rhea Shakespeare. It's Rhea Snakespeare.
Oh, okay.
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Well,
How's the Rhea spell? R-A-A?
question number 3. Does the Great Barrier Reef lie off the northeastern or the northwestern coast of Australia? The winner is immediately Chef Martin with northeastern. Chef Martin gets the point. Question number 4. In classical music, was Errol Garner famed for playing the piano or the cello?
Always 50-50 questions.
Cello.
The answer was piano. Eisnecker.
Oh, as Nicky is on the back on the cards.
Yes. Next question. In geography, which of these countries is the largest in area? Libya or Liberia?
Oh, tricky this time.
Easy peasy. No.
Always 50-50 questions.
The winner is Leslie. No, sorry, no, it's not actually Leslie.
It's either Chef Martin or P9.
No, it's Scandral.
What?
No, sorry, Pip. No. Oh, here we are. No.
No, it's Penang.
Pennine wins. Pennine Counties wins. Yes, Pennine Counties is the winner with Libya.
Pennine Counties.
Right, next question. Question 6. In clothing, which bee... Well, you have to pay more attention quickly.
Hey, you're writing it down.
Hmm?
You write it down.
I'm writing down the winners of each
Yeah,
question.
that's it.
There we go.
Oh,
He's doing it.
oh, neither of them want to do it.
No, he's doing it. Like he's doing it, and I was doing it. You only
So we're both doing it.
Yeah.
Oh,
We need one person to do it.
Go on.
Carry
Move
on.
right.
Ask the question has been asked.
In clothing, which bee is the name for the circular straw hat with a flat top and a straight brim? The winner is Eisnecker with Bota.
Oh, another one. She's on 2
Are you
points.
paying attention?
Yeah.
Question 7. Which actor played Dr. Frank Bryant in the 1983 film Educating Rita?
Don't know if answer. Guys in the back, bug off.
Laura got the name right, but did not spell the name correctly. Simon Coates gets the point as a result because he spelt the name correctly. Michael Caine. You do have to spell the names correctly in our quiz. Unfortunately, we are not allowed to accept because Anne Robinson doesn't like Anne Robinson, the weakest link, does not like misspelling.
I think it's Ria.
What?
That's really
Anyway, the next question is the tympanic membrane located in the nose or the ear? Question 8. The tympanic membrane, is it located in the nose or the ear? The correct answer is ear, and the first person to get it was Eisnecker.
Oh, going into the lead.
Eisnecker is fast going into the league. You're the fastest finger forward. And all of you complaining, please can one of you, your guests, check who is first each time?
Okay, Eisnecker is leading.
Well, Eisnecker was there first.
Simon is in second with 2.
Is there a little woman at home? Well, there isn't a little woman at home.
No, she's gone to Saint-Tropez.
There is. If there's a little woman at home, she may be hiding in the hallway, but I don't know where
She's gone. She's gone.
No, I think this is an imaginary little woman.
Oh, I see.
Right. The next question, number 9. We're nearly halfway. In nature, are spruce trees deciduous or evergreen? The winner is Marcia Toms. Evergreen. Marcia Toms is the winner.
Okay. Who's new on the list?
You're new on the list, Marcia. You've stormed into the equation. Question number 10 in chemistry. What element has the symbol O2?
Fingers on your buzzers.
It's not Liberia. It's not H2O. The winner is the person after, Chef Martin with oxygen.
Oh, Chef Martin's another player.
You're a newbie. Well done, Chef Martin.
We've had Chef Martin before.
We have had him before.
We've had him before tonight. He's on 2 points.
Oh, David is being very quiet in the background now.
Yeah, David's handed over.
David is handed. Question 11. In history, which King of England was the illegitimate son of Duke Robert the Devil? It wasn't that one. We can accept Marcia Toms with William.
Oh, Marcia Toms has gone.
William the First. It was William the First, i.e. William the Conqueror.
Yeah, his Nikia is still on 3, but there's Simon Coates and there is Marcia Toms and Chef Martin all on 2.
Right, moving along. Question 12. Who wrote the ballet, The Firebird, Stravinsky or Schubert? It wasn't Prince Andrew. And it wasn't Schubert. So the answer is Rhea Shakespeare, who said Stravinsky.
Rhea Shakespeare, hasn't she already had a...
Do I know Simon Byrne? No, I don't know Simon Byrne.
Okay, Rhea Shakespeare has moved on to 2 points as well.
Shakespeare.
This is getting quite close now.
Right, question 13. In which sport is a pommel horse used? Well, the first person spelt it incorrectly.
What?
But they spelt it gymnastics.
Gymnastics.
And the second person spelt it gymnastics. So do we choose 1 or 2?
Well,
because the first person obviously had the right sentiment.
The first person get it.
We let the first person get it, which is Chef Martin. Then.
Oh, Chef Martin's moved on to 3.
Chef Martin gets the point on
It's
this.
level.
I think Chef Martin had because B is next to N on the keypad. I can see how the error could have been made. So we are being forgiving for once. You are not the weakest link on this occasion. But if you do it again, you won't be forgiven. If you make another error, next time you have to spell correctly. We will not be allowing for any other errors of spelling from that particular person. Yes? Is that fair?
Yeah. We're all
right
on the same page there.
Right. Question 14. Which tree shares its name with Oliver Hardy's partner? It was not birch and it wasn't boater. The winner is Simon Coates with a laurel. Simon Coates wins the point.
We have 3 people on 3 correct answers.
Oh.
It's getting exciting.
Question 15. Is it true or false that new electric blankets normally come fitted with a 13 amp fuse? No, the answer is false, and the winner is Eisnecker.
Eisnecker moves into the lead on 4.
Eisnecker is now in the lead and winning ahead. How many? She's got 4
She
points.
has 4.
Does she have this book?
The
Do you have this book, Ice Neck here? They're asking.
But she's still got to refer to the page.
Billionaire Bernie claims these questions were already asked. I've never asked these questions myself.
Billionaire Bernie, we should get a new name.
Billionaire Bernie, get a new name. Precisely, yes. John O thinks you should get a new name. I've never asked these questions because I don't remember them. Question 16. Who played Oskar Schindler in the 1993 film Schindler's List? The winner is Marcia Toms, Liam Neeson.
Oh, moves on to 3 points.
Question 17. In which Utah city might you visit the Beehive House and the Mormon Tabernacle? I've never asked these questions before because I don't remember them. The winner is Chef Martin with Salt Lake City.
Oh, moves on to 4, neck and neck with his neck here.
18. In Britain, which year did it become compulsory for cars to have registration plates 1904 or 1911?
50-50.
Right. Oh gosh, loads of these. The winner is BRMC. No, we have not asked these questions before because I've never ever heard of these questions. So you are completely incorrect. So stop trying and make out some nonsense because these questions are new questions. We know we haven't asked these questions because I haven't put a mark on the page. Do keep up. If you want to be the weakest link and told you to go goodbye, why don't you bug off? Please stop being a nuisance. Right, next question. Number 19. This is the penultimate question. What is the normal meaning of the Cockney rhyming slang apples and pears? It's very easy. Emma Riley wins with stairs. Question 20. In TV, name the scientist played by Bill Bixby who turned into the Incredible Hulk when angry. And we need the full name. Dr. David Banner. Marcia Toms gets the...
Oh, she's up to 4. We've got a 3-way tie.
We've got a 3-way tie. Oh dear. So now we might have to do another
Yeah.
question. But this question book was correct. It was not Ken Barlow of Coronation Street who was... I'm funny. Well, you may think I'm funny, but thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I think David is funny. I think that Jono is funny. I think that these stupid people that pretend that we've already asked these questions are completely funny in the head. We know which questions we've already asked, and we never asked these ones before. It was not Dr. Harold Shipman. You think I'm a scream. You think I'm very handsome. Oh, well, that's very nice of you to say. You did not have the same questions on Saturday, so we'll choose you some other questions. All right, let's see if they think that they've got different... They'll argue that they've got the same questions again if they don't like it.
Oh, yeah, nonsense. Right, are we on question 20, the final question?
Right. Question number 1. We've got to do another 20.
Oh, no, hang on a second. I've got to have a...
Run through who's the winner.
Yeah, no, we've got to move on to a winner. So it's between...
No, we have to do another 20 questions.
Oh, Lord.
And then that way we eliminate them. That's what we'd always do. We eliminate them with another. It's easy peasy. Don't you agree, David?
Maybe 10.
No, we can't do 10. We have to do the whole lot.
Oh,
Right, question 1 for the next round. Pissed quiz, says Pawson. Well, you might be pissed off. Well, piss off if you don't like it. Right, question 1. Which Radio 4 program's signature tune is called Barwick Green? The winner is Sarah Heaveson, The Archers. Sarah Heaveson gets the point. Question 2. In 1986, Cory Aquino succeeded Ferdinand Marcos as president of which country? It wasn't Kenya and it wasn't Argentina. The winner is Token Spirit, Philippines. Question 3. Were the 1968 Olympics held in Mexico or Munich?
which year?
The winner was... Oh, you made me lose the winner. The winner was...
Answer is Mexico, right?
The answer was Mexico, and the
Chef
winner is
Martin.
Chef Martin. Okay, David needs to pay more attention and shout out the winner.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Chef Martin's moved. into
Question
the lead.
4. In jewellery, a signet and Chanel set are both types of what? The answer is rings.
Kevin Routley.
Kevin Routley is the winner. Right. Question 5. In which decade did the first domestic microwave oven become available in the USA? Now you can either say the decade or the year. The winner is Eisnecker with the 1950s. It was actually 1956.
Okay, she moves jointly into the lead.
Which country, number 6, regained political control over Hong Kong from Britain in 1997? A very easy question.
Very, very easy. Oh, Chef Martin wins.
The answer is China, and Chef Martin
Oh,
wins.
Chef Martin's nudged into the lead.
Question 7. In the human body, incisors, canines, and premolars are all types of what? Not China. The winner is
The answer to the previous question.
Eisnecker teeth.
As Nekia moves into the joint lead with Chef Martin.
Question 8. Who sang I Just Called to Say I Love You on the soundtrack of the 1984 film The Woman in Red?
Just to say I love you.
The winner is S. Ferrix with Stevie Wonder.
Who won?
S. Ferrix. Question 9. In literature, what is the name of the 1967 book by Gabriel Garcia Marquez about 6 generations of one family? I don't know. It's not the answer. It's not Bronte. It's not Dynasty. It's not the Sausage Family. It's not The Godfather. It's not The Sound of Music. It's not The Secret Diary of Adrian Mole. It's not Little Woman. Oh dear, none of you are getting it. Oh dear. Nightmare on the Farm is not the answer. Love in the Time of Cholera. No. Oh dear, none of you answer this correctly. Okay, Antonia Dyson gets it, even though 100 Years of Solitude, but you didn't spell it correctly because it was actually in words rather than numbers. But
We'll let that go.
but Antonia, you win because nobody else got it.
Right.
There you are. Antonia is the
Join.
winner.
Joined the winners on one.
Right. Question.
He's gone to sleep. Go on.
Give him a kick.
Question
We
next.
can't have this noise. Wake up, David.
Go on.
Question 10. David, you're going to sleep.
Only halfway in it.
10. The island of Rhodes lies nearest to the mainland of which country? It's not Greece. The winner is
What's that answer?
Turkey.
Turkey. It is no. The winner is Anna Perkins. Anna Perkins wins with Turkey.
And Perkins is on the list.
Anna Perkins, you've made the list according to
Made
John
the
O.
list.
You made the list. It won't be missed. Right. Question 11. In which capital city might you find Ford's Theatre and the Lincoln Memorial?
Sure. Come on, quickly.
It's not in London. It's not in New York. It's not in the USA. It's not. The first person to get it correctly was Marcia Toms.
Oh, Marcia Toms.
Pennine counties did write Washing, but Washing is not Washington.
No, we don't take.
We can't take Washing. It's got to be Washington.
Marcia is in second place.
So Marcia, Pennine counties did try, but
Okay.
we can't accept your answer.
Pennine County's good effort, but you stay on one.
You missed the tongue. Right. Question 12. Before David falls asleep yet again.
No.
Complete the title of this Tom Stoppard play. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are ... what? The winner is Sarah Haverson, Dead.
Oh, Sarah Everton, you move on to 2.
Sarah Haverson's now moved
no,
on.
it's not Sarah. It's Meridian.
No, Sarah Haverson said Dead.
She just said are dead.
Yeah, no, that's correct because it's part of the title.
No, Meridian. This.
No, she's correct.
Okay.
Question 13. In clothing, which M is a flat square cap worn on formal occasions by academics?
Don't say big guns.
It's not a mortar. The winner is Hey Tigers with Mortar Board.
Hey Tigers, new
Hey
player.
Tigers, new player.
No, you was there yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, new today. Question 14. In music, which duo released an album called The Sound of Silence in 1966? It wasn't Wham, it wasn't the Carpenters, it wasn't Yazoo. And the winner is, just seen it, is Marcia Toms with Simon and Garfunkel.
Who moves on to joint second place.
Marcia Toms has now gone into joint second place. I'm just told. Question 15. Is the Great Pyramid in Egypt taller than the Eiffel Tower? Yes or no? It's not lies. Well, many of you say yes, but you're all wrong. The answer is no. And the winner is Pennine Counties.
Oh, Pennine's back again.
Pennine is the winner with a no. An almighty no. The Great Pyramid in Egypt is not taller than the Eiffel Tower. So, Air, water, fire, and what else are the four classical elements? Question 16.
Easy peasy, eyes down.
The winner is Mary Lee with Earth.
Mary Lee, I think you're a newcomer to the list.
Mary Lee, you are a newbie, but you're a bit late in the game. You can't win. It's impossible because we're now towards the very end. But thank you for your efforts. In the animal kingdom, are banjo, glass, and upside down all types of catfish, or are they types of dogfish? Question 17. Chef Martin wins with catfish.
Oh, and Chef Martin eases into the lead.
Chef Martin is now
1 point.
I think you might need to give him a kick.
No, he's fine. Don't worry.
He's falling asleep.
I know, but we can do this.
We have to finish this. We only got 2 questions to go.
Chef Martin is currently leading by 1
Question
point.
18. According to the proverb, what is the sincerest form of flattery? It's not wit. It's not sarcasm. And the winner is Holly Grant with imitation.
Oh, well done, Holly Grant.
Holly Grant
is join
the
winners. Podium.
Question 19. What D is the unit of measurement used to describe the loudness of sound? The winner is Isenkia with decibels.
Oh, just come back in the last.
Oh, you're coming back in, Isenkia. And finally, the last question. Who was the first woman to sit in the House of Commons? Now, this is a very easy question. I will accept any answer of the description because as long as it involves her name. It was not Boothroyd, and I will not be setting fire to the book. And Isnekia spelt it incorrectly, so I can't accept it, to be honest. On this occasion, Meridian is the person who spelt it correctly the first time. Meridian, it won't make any difference to Isnekia.
Okay, we need to have a
tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker. And it's going to be between Chef Martin and Isnekia.
Chef Martin and Isnekia, you are the only 2 allowed to answer the next question. I'm going to choose a random page from our book, and the pair of you have to answer it to see if you can be a winner. Now, if one of you gets it correct,
you are the winner.
You are the strongest link. If one of you answers and one of you doesn't, and you get it wrong, you are the weakest link, and we'll say goodbye. So that's the way we'll play this game. So if one doesn't answer, I think that's the easiest way to do it, isn't it?
Only correct spellings will be allowed.
And only correct spellings will be allowed. So the 2 of you should be ready. Good luck. Good gardening, and I hope you enjoy yourselves. We're going to choose a very random question. Okay. Which television cop did Telly Savalas play in the 1970s?
Fingers on your buzzers.
No pressure. Isnekia says Kojak. She is the winner.
She is the Monday night winner.
Monday night winner is Isnekia because she got it straight away.
Can Isnekia tell us where she's from and where she lives?
Isnekia, please tell us more about you. We'd like to know more about you and how we could get you to be our quiz mistress for the future. And we thank our other participants
Yes, well played, Chef Martin. Just
Chef
pitching
Martin, who did very well
in.
also.
And a good effort by Marcia Toms.
Marcia Toms did a great effort also.
And lagging a little bit further behind, we had the usual Simon Coates, Rick Shakespeare, Sarah Hanson, and Paul.
Well, they're objecting to my questions, some of these people.
Oh, well, that's just
Have you won a car about,
a
well,
bit of a fun.
it was all a bit of fun, and if you can't keep up with fun, then don't join in. We like a bit of fun.
You
So
are the weakest link.
you are the weakest link. Goodbye. Cheers to us all. We've got one person asleep, and
He's snoring.
I do apologize for the sleepingness, but there we go. You won a
Nothing from
lawn.
his neck here that will give us more information about.
As Nekia, you haven't given us further information about yourself. You just keep saying pip pip.
We'd like to know who you are, where you're from, and
Please send more information about yourself. Oh, well, we would invite you for a glass of wine in the Magnet, but there we go. Anyway, night. Take care to you all. Cheers to you all. Pip pip, thank you for joining in. It's been a very jolly evening.
good job.
Thank you. Good night and good gardening. How do we do this? End.